Sci-Fi.
Hey everybody, welcome to Real Life Sci-Fi with Wade and Willie. I'm Wade.
I'm Willie.
This is a podcast about the paranormal and contemporary mythology. Join us on patreon.com/Real Life Sci-Fi for access to 2 bonus episodes a week, video feeds, and more. Visit reallifesci-fi.show. We've got stuff on there, swag and I don't know what's on there, but there's stuff on there. Oh, and if you have a topic or guest you'd like us to cover, email us. WadeandWillie@gmail.com. Let's welcome aboard the SSRLSF. Her name is Danielle Billeaux. She's a film editor and someone we know. Welcome.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hi.
So, we know you from LA.
Yeah, I've been moving around a little bit. I could come back to LA. Who knows? I'm just living in the bliss of a state that is way cheaper than LA. So that's where I've been.
So you did well enough here that you could actually go somewhere and get congratulations. I can't do that.
It's
cool.
It was during the COVID and it was during the lowest historical rates. And it was just lined up for me. But it did take me away from, I'm in a very, very small city. The population is very small. But hey, being a homeowner, I'm in Arizona. So I'm right next door to California. We're neighbors. So
how is it? I mean, what do you think? You say it's a small town. Like, what do you do? Or are you old? Are we old enough now where it doesn't really matter what the nightlife is and shit?
Oh, well, for me, it's not. No, I need the nightlife. That's why I need to get out of here.
Do you have a hot tub?
I want one, and I could get one if I had like $7,000 to throw at it because I want.
I don't understand that.
Well, because it needs to be so Flagstaff.
It's hot there. Here's my problem.
No, not
it's hot there already. Why do you need a hot tub?
Everyone in Arizona has one. I don't know why.
That's crazy.
What's it called when you're house poor? When you like put all your money in your home life.
Yeah.
So that's where I've been. I do miss LA. I miss it so much. I miss.
Is it a medium knock life?
Yeah, it's a medium knock life. It's a medium knock. Yeah, it's not that bad. I little orphan Annie.
Nudge life.
It's a hard nudge life. Instead of kisses, we get hugs.
Right.
which is in the immediate of not getting kicks or whatever the lyric is. So I've been doing okay.
I think it is kicked.
Yeah, because we get kicked.
Which I love.
God.
I love
little children getting violently kicked.
Yeah. See, Willie doesn't like Annie. And I don't.
I don't really like musicals. Me neither. That's great. Awesome.
Okay, but wait. I thought you were going to be on my side with this because Annie's good.
Annie's one of the few I think that just are like, wow. But it's mostly the child abuse that's kind of like, whoa.
Yeah, but I think
kind of like Matilda,
funny.
But Matilda's really good, and that's not because
Matilda was more I'm like just too old for Matilda. I never have seen Matilda. I don't know anything about it.
Okay,
She's like a witch or something?
No.
She's like an orphan witch?
No, nothing like that. Should we spoil who directed it? Willie, do you know who directed
Danny DeVito directed it, right?
Yeah, that's the only reason why you should watch it. No,
but have you seen the newer Matilda?
No.
It's got even more. It's more
a musical,
fantastical.
Right?
Yeah, and it's got.
It's British.
Couldn't stand it.
The British.
The only thing I know about Matilda is at one point she's getting swung around by her arms and legs or something.
It's like she's just a very, very, very smart girl, and it's one of those movies, it's peak 90s. That 90s has that essence. It's so good. It's like, it's yummy. Best. It's delicious. It's got everything. It's even got it's really dark, but funny and it's really well done. Practical effects are amazing. It's got like Jumanji vibes. So that, I don't know what else to sell you. There's child abuse.
I watched just kind of on that. I watched The Secret Window, which is like it might have tipped into the 2000s, but it's right there. And
Secret Window.
It's so bad, but it's so good. I love it so much. It's another Stephen King thing, but it's Johnny Depp in a Stephen King.
That's right.
With the corn. I did see that, yeah. That's right.
With the corn.
Yes.
He was in like 2 movies that year that had the same. He had the same look, and the cover looked the same. I always get it mixed up what the other one was, but
the goatee, the Johnny goatee. I thought.
Yeah.
That's
which is weird because that's
yeah.
like right when he was doing Pirates. And so
yeah.
it's you get the last little bit of real Johnny Depp before he just decided to be a pirate for the rest of his life. He's like
Yeah.
But
fucking
he
weird.
permanently has to sway, and yeah.
Yeah, the
But
kids don't know now. Johnny Depp used to be a normal person. He was like a normal person. Well, within reason, within reason. But he was like he was
yeah.
like a teen heartthrob and shit. And now he's like
Yeah.
this weird pirate who's like going to court.
Yeah, literally, I was in those trials, man. I was watching them uncut, no commentary. That's how entertaining they were on their own. Like,
I didn't
yeah.
follow it at all. But let's just jump straight into the WoW scale. WoW scale. The WoW scale is a 5-question quiz. At the end of the 5 questions, I'll give you a score anywhere between 0 and 5. If you're more, I forgot to say what the WoW scale stood for. It stands for Wade or Willie. If you're more of a 0, you're more of a Wade. If you're more of a 5, you're more of a Willie. Are you ready to be Wade on the WoW scale?
Wade, wow, let's go.
That's your new catchphrase.
Wow, World of Warcraft, let's go. I don't know.
Okay, first question, 3-parter. Do you believe in aliens? If so, have they visited Earth? If so, have they visited Earth in the last 300 years?
Yes. Oh my God, guys. Aliens. Look, there are some conspiracies where I'm like, shut the fuck up and go back to school. Sometimes. Sorry to be so rude about it, but there are some things paranormal that are just like, really? Like Tartaria? Anyone?
I don't
know what that is.
I'm into it.
See, Willie believes it.
I hate God. It's so.
But
anyways, moving on.
I will say there are a lot of posts that jump onto it. You know what I mean? It's like
it's.
There's the mud flood is automatically proof that Tartaria was real. I'm like,
that's where it loses me. I'm like, mud floods, like what the fuck? Okay, anyways, sorry.
Yeah,
for another time.
Fine. I've never heard the word mud
flood. But the wall of
China,
the window is aiming the wrong direction. I'm like, that's
question number 2. Just give me your thoughts on ghosts.
I believe they exist. I believe that there are people who have seen, and people's period, like multiple people witnessing a ghost, but there are different types of ghosts out there. I do believe that as well. I can put them in, you categorize them a little bit. So I don't know where that puts me on a scale.
How many categories are there?
Residual energy. There's conscious ghosts who know like they're kind of there. And then there's the kind of, they would call them spirit, demon, blah, blah, blah. Those can be considered ghosts as well.
So you're not only a believer, you are a student.
Yeah.
Right. Question number 3, Bigfoot.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't think he's real. Although I do believe there's cryptids in the Appalachian Mountains for sure.
Which ones? What are they called?
There are things that we just haven't really seen enough to categorize, but Bigfoot's not one. There's some that we just don't have like a name for. They're kind of like almost like skinwalkers, but not really. And then the Chupacabra, I do believe is real, for sure.
Okay. I don't know anything about that one.
It's mostly like Mexico, but
it's like a rat. It's
like a big rat. Like a lizard rat hybrid.
Sucking rat.
Question number 4, was 9/11 an inside job? Oh, why you're laughing? It's a very serious question. 9/11, a lot of people died. So what do you think?
I do love the face of everyone when we read that one.
You don't need to go. Do you abstain? You don't have to answer it.
I believe there is enough correlated evidence prior to 9/11 in the history of the United States of America and our goal of invading the Middle East, even up till today. It possibly was, but it was a botched, was not supposed to go that way situation. You know what really gives it away? When you find the passport of one of the hijackers and it's pristine and they said it came from the explosion. So I think it's not just like, oh, the government did this just because. It's like, no, that has a reason, and it wasn't supposed to go that extensively.
So they could have pinned it on that guy.
Yeah. I mean, they did that obviously because they were just like, we need to like move on, America. This was a big mistake, but
We need to
also
get some-
it was a horrible,
yeah.
horrible thing that happened, and it's still,
Well, sure, yeah.
doesn't
blah, blah.
justify
all
going
that
to
goes
war.
without
So
being said, I think. Like, if you
yeah.
lost someone in 9/11, like, our condolences, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't gone too deep into the conspiracy hole on the direct matters of it, but it does, in the history of the United States of America and our track record, kind of.
You wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
All
But
right,
also-
last question. What are your thoughts on the multiverse? Do you think we can
Oh, yeah.
transverse
No,
at some point? Or do you just believe that it exists and we will never, ever cross?
what is existing? So is that all like perception, right? Can we slip into a multi-dimensional perception? I believe we can at some point. We kind of somewhat do in forms of meditation slash
Drug use?
no.
Oh,
Sorry. Maybe
Trying to
with
agree with
DMT here I have a tangent to go off of that may explain my perspective on the paranormal, but yes, I think there is a way to perceive the multi-dimensional into a parallel to completely visit physically and to survive coming back. I don't think so. Same with time travel. I don't think it's possible for us because we're not meant to do that, like physically, mentally, literally. Like our atoms are not able to really do that without being preserved on the return trip. If you want to go into a black
I'm
hole,
putting my thumb on the scale though, because Willie,
Yeah.
we never actually talked about if you believe that we could go in between them. I always just was trying to specify the question a little bit. So I think this is still a yes, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, just hearing how
3.
much you know about it, it has to be a yes. No, you're at least a 4. I wanted to say 5, even though you said no to Bigfoot, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay,
and do
all
4.
right. Yeah, cryptics are a little hard for me to believe in. Some of them, not all of them. So
Well, there's too many fakes, and so it blows the whole thing.
that Bigfoot video is so fake. I mean, come on. It's they stabilized it. I'm like, that's a suit. That's a suit. But that doesn't mean that there aren't creatures that we haven't categorized, witnessed, especially Appalachian Mountains. Insane. They're same with the in Russia, they have a forest that is massive. With the Amazon, we have the ocean that we barely explored. Doesn't mean we haven't. There's creatures that we don't know. But Bigfoot's, I don't know. Maybe Sasquatch. It's maybe I don't know. I just don't like the name Bigfoot. Moving on. Is it cool?
Sasquatch is the same thing, isn't it? Synonymous?
Yeah, because it's like in a different area.
Yeah.
No, I think you're a 4.
That sounds about right.
You're basically a 5, but you're gonna be a 4 for the record.
I'll give you that. I'm a 6 out of 5 and so on the ghost scale, so that makes sense.
All right, Willie, hit us with the topic.
Tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi, time interpolation, time dilations, time slips, time displacement. We have a few stories that we're going to go over that deal with paranormal time things happening, and we'll give our thoughts on that and what could have happened tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi.
It's experiencing time displacement. So
displacement would be you lose time, right? When we hear about losing time.
Or there's a shift, just being displaced in like what you would consider your current events. Well, at first I want to just start with my perspective of paranormal, just my little background on this stuff, because I am a believer, but it's a little bit more deeper than that. It's more about like the mind and the subconscious mind. So what is the subconscious? Well, the subconscious is basically the background work that your mind does. But we start to research that more and we start to understand maybe the subconscious is actually there to filter out the overstimulation around us. Like we're only perceiving so many things, like, our senses and time, which is a sense as well. What else exists outside of what's being filtered? So that could be where we see ghosts. That's where we don't, like some people can perceive them, aliens, etc. I highly recommend. I brought this book, Incognito by David Eagleman. It's just about the subconscious mind, the power of the subconscious mind, and whew, and how much work our brains do to filter the world and existence around us. So is it possible that things slip through? Is it possible that children, as they're developing, because there's a lot more children that see ghosts and experience ghosts, don't have that full filter developed yet? But this, we're talking more about time displacement, which may be more relevant to aliens.
Wait, but you said that you had a personal with the paranormal?
I've seen many things. I mean, ever since I was born, I guess there's always been some woo-woo there. I have seen things, but not so much a straight up like ghost story. So I have like not a sleep paralysis, but in a state of the sleep wake, seen many things. And one of them was a minute long kind of like witnessing of some crazy stuff. But
what was the crazy stuff?
So gosh, I had insomnia for a decade. Before that, it started in college. I had sleep paralysis probably once a week, which is terrifying if you ever had it. It's horrible. So I got to the stage of no longer having sleep paralysis, but like seeing weird shit. Like I've seen like scary stuff, but cool stuff, like a neon colored jellyfish floating across the room, like colorful, like water like creatures and stuff like that, which is apparently kind of common for people who like go in deep meditation. So one time though, I was in bed trying to go sleep, and my bedroom door opens, and in walks in this, like, not a shadow creature, but like a skinny, dark, blackish brown. It didn't really have a face, but you could see the features of the face where it would have been. Like, imagine if I covered myself with like a burlap sack and like wet it, and it was pressed against. So I'm
like
seeing
one of those magnet. Remember there weren't magnets; they were like pins, and you would put your hand on it to see the indentation come through on the other side.
Like that, exactly. And
like
but
when
the
you
texture,
would put your face in one of those.
Yeah, the texture was strange though. It was like not of this world, but it was still kind of like, it still had a texture that I could make out. And I was watching it like walk around my bed, walk all the way around, and go to my dresser and look through my jewelry on my dresser on the top of it. And I'm like,
I thought it was a perverted thing, but he's just going through your jewelry.
Nice. And I could tell he's like some type of like scavenger type weird, when those, just going through people's stuff. And then like I'm like, hey, like what the fuck are you doing? And it like looked at me, and then I was like, yeah, you. And then it walked over to my bed, so it's like this close to my face, and I did like a head tilt thing, and like I could sense it was saying like, you can see me. And like I'm like, yeah, I can fucking see you. What the fuck? And like I'm trying to like move I must be like, so I'm in the sleep wake state, so my body is shut down to sleep paralysis, so I can feel myself, like my ethereal arm kind of like trying to like just grab the guy and punch him in the face or whatever this thing was. And then he just like did another head tilt, and he's like, huh. And then he like walked out the door, and then I was
okay,
like,
but at least he didn't go back to your jewelry and
he
just
wasn't.
be like, hey,
he kind of, he didn't give his,
what do we got?
He was very curious. It was basically, I was like the Hamburglar ghost.
I wonder what would have been the most precious gem to an otherworldly? Would it be like just something we don't even because diamonds are like whatever. I'm sure they can get diamonds.
I think it wanted trinkets, to be honest. Like, of that vibe. It wanted like not jewelry, but trinkets. Like, you'll find like things will disappear and reappear, and for some people. And
what do you think that is? They try it out. They're like, this will be nice on my shelf, and
then
they put it there, and they're like, I don't like it. It's a trickster thing.
There's tricksters. That's another type of spirit, trickster.
Okay,
spirit, so
it's great. I don't think I've ever heard that version of that story. So thank you for sharing. So Willie,
I will say too that like I don't believe that we are living a physical existence, and I feel like a lot of the paranormal stuff we see is just the fact that most of the universe is filtered out.
Possibly. I mean,
Is
For
just
me, I
kind of
was like,
messes with
huh.
people, and people see
I mean,
and
Yeah.
experience things
good,
differently.
good. When I hear you describe the little trinket guy, I'm like, cool. I don't need to see that
I know.
guy.
I was
Like,
like, I didn't
thank you,
want to see
brain.
that's when I really started being like, I need to get real sleep. Like I need to this insomnia is really bad. So yeah, it could have been my brain just being really freakazoid, or it could have
Yeah.
been that subconscious peeling away and seeing something. And it was in LA. There's weird shit in LA. So maybe it was a real person and we're, and I just thought I was dreaming it, but I don't think so.
It's just
um
interesting. Like, I don't remember. My parents have never told me anything about me seeing anything or anything like that. I feel like my brain, like, I don't know, like, I don't feel like I was born with this not non-filter. Like, I came fully filter formed. I've never. Isn't that kind of what we're talking about?
I think we should talk about the lights first.
Okay, that one's really easy to summarize. It's literally driving and then boom, time shift. So and we can get into more details of it, but that's basically the run of it.
So yeah, this woman Zoe from Chicago, she knew her parents had some paranormal story that her mom would not talk about. She eventually got her mother to talk about it on this other podcast. She tells the story of her parents driving to a cabin in Wisconsin. It was a 4-hour trip that they would do overnight. One time they were driving and they saw this light while they were driving, and they knew that the train was normally on the other side of the road, but this thing was just bright and coming at them, and it kept getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And they're like, is this a train? Is this going to hit us? And then instantly they woke up, and it was the next morning, and they were at their cabin. They didn't know how they got there, and they were very confused because their stuff was not unpacked, and they didn't remember parking the car, so they didn't know where the car was. So they had a huge loss of time. They both sort of just woke up from. A lot of times when there's time loss stories, they say that things go black and then you wake up. But like for them, it was like they were driving, they saw the flash, and then they were at home.
Yeah, and I think it's just weird that their luggage was just put like not away, but just right, like it was dropped off. You know, it's just like that one. That part gives me chills a little bit.
It was like right at the front door, instead of, she's like, if we would have gotten home, we would have put our luggage
Sure,
upstairs.
yeah. And then I kind of remember a little bit
Which is
later.
very proactive. I mean, you've never gotten home and been like, I'll fucking just leave it by the door. Like, you really, okay, you're always, you have so much energy that you always like put the bag where it go. Because I don't.
Well,
it would be a red flag for me if it were put where it was supposed to be, because
So-
I get home and I lay around for 12 hours.
Well, here's the interesting thing is later on they get the interview from the father, and he remembers because she remembers waking up and seeing him in the living room with her. But he actually woke up, but he was like lying with his clothes on in bed. Is that right? Like he was
Yeah.
just lying on his back and he woke up in the bed. And then he like I think he heard the TV and then came into the living room.
And then he kind of just watched her until she woke up because he was
Right.
very confused and disoriented.
Right.
And
I mean, it's all freaky to me because they started driving at 5 p.m. and it's a 4 or 5 hour drive. So they woke up at 9 a.m. the next morning. It's just like,
But
and
what are we
yeah.
what are we inferring from this? That they were taken or that they were put into like a zombie state? I mean, there's that drug
Yeah.
you can give people and have them just like clean out their place, and they're walking around like completely lucid.
I mean, the
They don't
bright
remember any of
lights that they witnessed while on the road and just it's interesting. It's definitely X-Files.
the bright light coming at them actually just got right in their face. And what I forget, did they duck down to try to hide from the light?
They stopped the car.
Oh, yeah, they stopped the car. That's
in the road, and they did could like she's like all we could do was scream, and it got brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, and then she wakes up and she's sitting there and the TV's on. It's just like what the fuck.
So, obviously the quickest paranormal answer is this is an abduction story and they were put back wherever they were going, or that they still went through the motions but forgot it because there was some kind of time erase that happened in their brain that like
Yeah.
an alien would be able to take away recent memories, kind of like the Men in Black story. You flash.
Well, let's say that it's that they were taken or whatever. How would the aliens know where they were going? And
Aliens, man.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
know.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, is
that's
there
why I'm
like an
like-
intention that they can read or something? Like, how would they know?
That means that they
Or
would have to be able to read their mind and get them there.
Or do a DNA
Or
sample
they
and
drove themselves there, and then that was part of the memory loss too. It's like, let's
Mm-hmm.
erase, 4 hours.
that's what I was
after.
gonna say. It's like they wait until they get there and then they zap them, and that makes you only remember like 4 hours back.
she said that they didn't feel tired, which was weird. So they didn't feel like they stayed up that entire time. It's a late drive. Definitely driving 5 hours, you feel groggy, you feel a little icky, and they didn't feel anything. It was like as if they were like zip, like forward to where they were.
You have two witnesses that have
Right.
corroborating
Same.
stories, but they've got a little different details and that's natural. And
Yeah,
so it's
but
great.
they're also family members.
Mm.
So I don't know. I'm just
Well,
like,
so
it could all
here's
be
the other
scam fucking shit.
one other idea. Well, she never wanted
Yeah.
to talk about it. Like
The
she said,
husband
we're
and
never
wife.
talking
Yeah,
about this.
but
ever
we
again.
have recordings of her talking about
Well,
it.
the daughter really had to be like, come on, you guys. And it's been like 30 years.
But
And they
here's the other
yeah.
thing too. At the end of the story, you realize that when this event happened, the daughter Zoe was born 9 months after this. So was this
Oh shit! So Zoe's
an
a
event?
fucking
I forgot that.
alien.
Yeah, that she or like my take after listening to all these stories, and we'll get into the other one too, is that
Or did they just get home and fuck? They're like, that was weird, right?
Well, that was the whole
Anyway.
point of the trip, by the way. She kind of, Mama kind of hints that we just want to be in love.
So
yeah.
it was a fuck trip.
Yeah, she basically implied it was a fuck trip. And
So it would have already,
like,
conception would have already happened then, right? Because they're
Well,
on their way
but
home.
it would have happened in the 12 hours of missing time because she
Really?
didn't say.
I don't know if it's that exact, was it? Like the
Well,
conception?
but because
that's
Zoe
interesting.
brought it up and they joked about it, it was mentioned to him that she jokes about that she was born from this.
That's possible, but also
And so to me,
yeah.
I'm going like, because aliens is just such an easy like answer, but I'm going like, what about humans being able to go back in time and do things? You would immediately
Yeah.
know that you were successful because it didn't make the news in the history of that you're watching, assuming that the timeline's the same. But
Interesting.
I don't know.
Unless you
like-
killed the president or something, because that would make the news, right?
well, yeah,
Hmm.
but I'm
If
like,
you're
you would know that
I'm
you
trying
did,
to make
and
the
then
news here.
if you could stop yourself from going back because you fucked up, I don't know if that.
I think that's interesting. For me, it's just more like I listened to this and I was like, holy shit. I'm not keen on being like immediately like aliens, but the bright light thing is a little like, what the fuck? I can understand slipping into different time. Time is an experienced thing. It is a perception. It is what is perceived.
I also
But-
think that there could be like just weird, it's easy to say terms that we know, like just weird gravity bursts or magnetic field fluctuations to where like the light might not have even been visual. It might have been just like a swelling up of energy that they both kind of see and think is a light and they project it, but it's just something they never experienced before. That's just weird cosmic shit.
yeah, that's possible as well.
Well,
because,
are there any of these time skip stories where multiple people in different sort of has anyone no, I mean I already know the answer is no. I'm thinking more of like Close Encounters style, where it's like an entire town sees these things run around and
Well,
shit.
you had an example, but you couldn't find the episode,
Yeah,
right?
Well, yeah. So this is the story that I remembered. I've always wanted this to be an episode, and I'm like, I just can't find the source. But what it was this guy clocked into work. There was a whole shift of people working, and as soon as he clocked in, the next shift was coming in, and he's like, what's going on? The whole workplace, which was about 20 people, and I remember him talking about the janitor also experiencing the time slip, but like all 20 people of this overnight shift just experienced an 8-hour time missing time happen because the next shift came in. I'm like, you guys got to go. Like,
that's so crazy. That's so straight to be like, it's
Because
not
it's-
always aliens. It could just be the planet.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that could be mold. That could be a gas leak. Like there could be carbon monoxide.
But
Um,
that many people with
but
the same instantaneous, snap,
well, yeah, but
essentially. Yeah.
that's kind of there probably was no light. I'm working
Mm.
through. They're driving. They see this light, then they can't see, so they stop the car. I'm just wondering. It's got to be just instantaneous, right? And then
Well, they talked
whatever
about it
has
for a while,
affected.
and they're like, "Is that a train?" They asked themselves that a
No,
couple
no.
times. Okay.
Whatever these bodies, the people in the car, whatever happens to them, they're not getting landed in their neighborhood. Like their car is not getting dropped off in their driveway. So
Yeah.
like they are
Right.
definitely driving all the way back home and just not remembering it.
So
Right?
fugue state
Right.
to two people at the same time, starting
Because
and ending at the
because
same time.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I'll bet like whatever
Yeah.
happens is just like you see this, you get a sensation that appears like a light
Mhm.
and it wipes you out. It wipes you out. It's like fuck. All my analogies are not working, but
An
like
energy field. I think that's an interesting because like also yeah, the Earth is organic and spontaneous, and there's a lot of entropy, a lot of chaos. Baby time can do that too. Like
well, that's a good
yeah,
point. But then even talking about like the things that our brain filters out and stuff, like
yeah. They slipped into the overwhelming light of what they're not
yeah,
supposed to see,
yeah.
and yeah, I think you're gonna like the next one.
So this happened in Greeley, Colorado. She was playing for the University of Northern Colorado
Yeah.
soccer team, and she got onto the team late, so she didn't travel with the team. And he was a redshirt freshman football player, so he still had to go to the games. He had a game the next day, so they went out and they maybe had a drink. That was
Is there? I'm
their
sorry. Is
own.
there a year? What year? I
It's
just want to know
recent.
if I like know these people or not.
Right.
No, they're kind of. I think she was like, I'll check real quick because I
It,
have it
She's
it,
at
it
open.
least
wasn't 20
30.
years ago. If
She's
it was
she's
20 years
younger.
ago, I would be interested. All right.
Mm,
They aren't partying. They each have a beer, maybe two, but they brought their own. So they definitely weren't roofied or anything. On their way home, they're stopping by her friend's dorm because he left a necklace there. And so the whole soccer team's out. The dorm's pretty close. I don't know if it's completely empty, but the dorm's empty. They're crawling around looking for the necklace on the ground. Instantaneously, they wake up and it's 8 hours later.
lying
And
on their backs like this,
like mommy's on this bed and
and
he's
it's
6'4" and it's
and
a
it's a
dorm bed.
full size maybe queen or twin, right? Like just the shitty tiny beds they have. Yeah,
And it's a raised up dorm bed. So it's
right.
not like a bunk bed, but it's raised up so you can put like your desk under it or whatever, a computer
Right. A
or
loft. We called them lofts. I don't know what they call them now, but
yeah. Both of them, they don't remember going to sleep or anything. It was just like instantaneously. And so like if somebody picked them up, like he's a pretty big dude to pick up and put on that loft bunk bed or whatever.
that's like impossible.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
can't. That
He's a
would
lineman.
be. He's a lineman.
Yeah. So
That's
6'4"
even more
is small for a
like.
lineman, but he's huge.
Well, he's 6'4", like 300 or something.
Yeah.
What defense or offense?
He was a
Offense.
freshman though.
Oh yeah, okay.
Freshmen are
So
little
he hadn't filled out
babies.
completely.
But he's still though. That's
I couldn't
something.
lift the tiniest girl cheerleader that gets thrown around. I could
Yeah.
not. If I were alone, it would take two people to get a sack of potatoes body onto one of these lofts that are like
Dude,
5 or
Moose
6 feet.
weighs
tall.
100 pounds. I just can't carry him anymore.
Oh, you can't fling them around. Yeah. But yeah, and also the fact that once again, just like the first one that we listened to, they wake up and it's just like, but for them, they wake up next to each other at the same exact time and look at each other and
She says there was no lost time. Nothing turned black. It was just like a blink, like crawling around
blink. Yeah.
to what the fuck just happened. He woke up and he's like, he's late to the game. He's late. So he's not late to the game, but he's
Like what the
needs
fuck?
to go get ready and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta catch a bus to it. And then what else? I totally forgot about this, but she mentioned that she immediately her instinct was to check out her body to see if something changed with her body or if there was like any weird bumps or something, which is she's like, that's just a weird thing. I think she's a, you can tell by the way she talks in the episode. She's not really like a sci-fi weirdo chick like me. She's just a normal sports chick.
Yeah,
To go
good
immediately to
memory
the
too. Remembers a lot of details.
yeah. Yeah, she goes really, and she keeps repeating over and over and over throughout the episode. We were not on drugs. We hadn't done drugs. It was like beer, and that was it. Just like hearing it from both of them. Yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's very
Do
bizarre.
you think that the only thing that is a requirement is that you're alone? Also, was a baby born 9 months later after that?
No, but I thought about that too, where it was just like, you picture the old abduction stories, like the ones from Close Encounters, where it's like you're driving alone in the woods, see a light, whatever, weird time loss things. It was weird that they were in a situation where it could have been just them two in the whole dorm.
I think
certainly that floor, right? I mean, like
the way she described it, from what I remembered, was that it was the girls' dorm, so they were already the girls were gone. That's why she specified that they were on their own sports trip. Is that right? I'm trying to remember.
She didn't travel with the team, but the team had already left, and so that's where like, oh, we're walking by here. Let's go look for your necklace. And he brings up these points where it's like, I don't want to get too specific, but the woman who had the bed, like she was like gross, and I would never sleep in her bed.
Damn, I never touch it.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I know. I was like, what? Why do they need to tell us that?
Wait. Also, this is a 19-year-old man saying that. Like,
yeah.
At the time,
I can't imagine a bed that would be too gross.
Yeah, at the time, I think they were like really young, but now they're like 25 or something.
What could have been wrong with her bed?
Unless
there was like cat puke on it or something.
To me, it was kind of like my take is he's a football jock and she's probably promiscuous, and he's like, oh, I'm not sleeping on that bed. She gets around, that's what it sounded like.
These are very normie people. These are very normie people, and the couple that we listened to earlier. These are people who
they were dating. They're not dating.
They were dating at the time. They were boyfriend.
They're
girlfriend.
Married now.
Are they married now?
Oh, I thought they were. And then he called her because when the interviewer called her, I thought it was her husband. He was at work.
It's okay. I mean, I'm just blown away that he's like repulsed at sleeping in her bed, which is like weird.
I don't know. I just think they were just trying to get as many.
But it wasn't his girlfriend's bed. It was
some chicks.
One of her friends.
I thought they were in her place.
No, they were stopping by the dorm.
Where did they wake up?
They went to a dorm
in that gross girl's bed.
Yeah, someone left their shoes in the dorm of the friends, and she left her shoes in her friend's dorm, and then for some reason her boyfriend thinks his necklace may have like fallen off in the dorm because he's like, that's the last time I remember I had it. Let's just like look for it. This is just
the best cover story for having sex in your friend's bed.
I don't know.
And you get caught, and they're like,
let me tell you,
dude, we were only here because we were looking for a necklace, and then like time.
And then you send them this podcast 20 years later. See, like I told you.
Yeah, that's actually valid. I mean, this is the thing that I enjoy. Can I plug the name of the podcast, Willie, or we cut it out? This is a podcast called Otherworld, which has a lot of really interesting, and it's not like hyper overproduced or anything. It's just people telling their stories, and it's just so many normal people. Yeah,
I enjoyed the I listened to 5 episodes, and that Cobra Man did their intro. Like Cobra Man's fucking great. If you don't know, go listen to them.
Is this a competitor? Like, are we?
No,
because
it's nothing like this. It's literally just the first-hand accounts of people who experience stuff.
I'm not a woman. She's not immediately like, oh, trigger warning. She's not immediately like, oh, this is like sexual assault. Like something,
because they felt like nothing changed, like completely normal, like no time had passed, nothing. It's just like they were down and they're not like or waking up. Like no sensation of being altered. No. Again, I think, and I'm trying to remember the detail.
Yeah,
no feeling of sleeping or
right. And even if you were drugged, like there's a point where you kind of remember feeling drugged, right? I mean, like
there's you can't just meet, and then the fact that he goes into more detail too about like it lines up so exact.
This was a crazy thing that I listening to him talk. It was really fascinating because there was the dichotomy of like, he was like, well, it really bothered her that we couldn't figure out what happened. And he was like, for me, like, I can't figure it out. So I'm not going to let this, I'm not going to think about it anymore. It doesn't, and I can't figure it out. So
what did
Yeah.
she do? Did she continue? Did she like search for answers for a while?
yeah. And so supposedly, she would just tell her friends and then trying to figure out what happened. And her friends, just brushed him off, like, nah,
Yeah.
that didn't happen. What are you talking about? Like,
I wouldn't know what to say. I'd be like, yeah, that's weird, dude. What do
Yeah,
you want me
and-
to do about it?
The funny thing is when you hear more and more paranormal stories, the majority, the reaction is to just shut it down, shut it out, and forget about it, which is what I find so interesting because your brain is protecting itself, which is
God,
what
that's but the origin of the movie where she like goes insane by it, like that's a way better story. Why wouldn't you just devote your entire life to it? Like what's
You
the
have
point
to
of
move
just
on.
going like, no, I need to
Yeah.
graduate and bury that and then like work in an office? Like you've
Yeah.
been given this gift. Like explore it.
I mean, it
Yeah.
is, it's just freaky. It's a freaky thing. And these, like
That
I
would
said,
be my
these,
whole life. I'm
these are
begging
very
for that to
normal
happen to
people.
me.
That's the other thing. And that maybe adds the validity of a lot of these kind of stories, or like they just like it took like a lot. The reason why she came forward with this episode to the podcaster was because of the story of the boy getting lost in Hawaii and the time loss. And she's like, that fucking happened to me and my boyfriend. So they came forward with their story. And then so it's just kind of like more and more people come forward because like, holy shit, that happened to me. So the
This is
correlations.
we should talk about it.
Yeah, there's
I wonder how
quite a few
many.
of those.
I wonder. Somebody needs to like fund a study and see like what
Yeah.
percentage of the can people be truthful about that? Like, is that even like statistics that you could get?
I mean, there's a data set that you can definitely do, but the problem and like the thing of science and the scientific method is it needs to be in a controlled environment. It needs to be repeated with the same results over and over again.
Oh, I got a story.
Yeah, that's why I like
But
the
that's the thing,
multiple
like,
witnessed accounts. Yeah.
Like, why doesn't MUFON or something just like take this on and be like, hey, if you have this story,
Yeah.
come tell it to us, and then we'll suss out like if you're bullshit or not.
Who's MUFON?
MUFON is I only know it from this podcast. I don't know what it
Yeah,
stands for.
it's
Is
like
it a study or?
they're specifically looking for physical evidence of UFOs. So like landing
okay.
sites, if you can, if
like sightings in the sky, you can call them if you see something weird in the sky, and they'll like take it down.
Yeah.
but they're all
Interesting.
infiltrated. So
Well, see, but Willie, I mean,
know.
that's just disinformation
Yeah.
getting to you. Like,
But
really,
picture-
you can't trust anybody. So
well,
you've
I mean,
been neutered
and I can't because like let's just say there was some phenomena happening, and these time slip stories really made me go like, oh shit. Let's just say that there were no aliens, and it was just humans from the future. I don't know, like taking eggs or whatever, doing experiments or trying to figure shit out. When did the radiation happen?
I don't want to cut you off, but there's a birthing crisis because the billionaires need us to make more babies, and we're like, we can't afford it. So if you really want to get
more,
we'll keep giving you money. But now they're like, oh, now we have to go back in time and make people like procreate. So
dude, that's like 12 Monkeys shit.
slaves.
Come on.
Yeah, totally.
It's like,
it's
not weirder than aliens. We know that
it's like,
billionaires exist.
Aliens are trying to make hybrids, or the future people can't produce anymore, or the billionaires are trying to.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that the aliens makes the most sense that they just
But
needed.
why would the aliens want that to happen?
Well, here's the question about what are aliens. Some people believe they're spiritual.
Wait. Continue first thought before I cut you off. They want to extract what?
I don't data set. I don't know. They're just there.
Well, what
they're billionaires? They just want our data.
They're just the story that I was
different kinds of
trillionaires from the future. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the question.
The story that I was getting to was the craziest thing if you dive into any of the UFO stuff. As far as the Freedom of Information Act is concerned, there are certain things that are just like not obtainable by people because they are just so top secret. And even I was looking up, somebody tried to request Freedom of Information Act of like 3i Atlas recently, and the response from the government was like, we cannot deny or admit anything to your questioning because it's not top secret. And
It's
it's like,
still in
why?
progress, probably. Like MK
Yeah.
Ultra is partially released.
And I'm just going like, oh, it would be interesting if all these alien stories came out just and then let's say this only works if the powers that be have some insider information, whether it is aliens or humans from the future or just secret military testing saying that it's, they've got the technology, but they're like, oh, no, it's aliens, spreading these stories out. It just makes me lean towards the idea that whatever all this paranormal stuff is that's happening, there might be some people out there that actually do know, have an idea of what's going on. And it's just in this top secret realm. And so misinformation, disinformation is allowed to run all over the place.
It's interesting because like this stuff, I'm like the layman on this podcast, and like this stuff doesn't reach me at all. Like there's no reason for me to get disinformation. You know what I mean? So like whatever your rabbit holes you guys are going down and getting these stories, like those are the same sources that would be putting out the disinformation. So I mean, it's kind of a good way to suss it out, right? Like, because NBC's not doing it. NBC's like, why would we? You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah. And if you look at, go watch Close Encounters.
Which means, sorry, I was just thinking about how to make money. We could be that. Like if the government wants to come to us and put out disinformation, I'll say right now, I'll take the money. Willie might not, but there's two people here. So if you want to pay me to just if you want to pay us, we will put out the other side of the story.
I think the problem is because here's kind of going a little deep. Controlling the masses involve a couple things, an idol of some sort, and that could be religion or money, which is
or
kind of rules the world.
The news, like I was saying, the news is idolized.
But the people have been controlled. We're not the people. We don't need to talk about that shit because like it's not working on us, right? So
well, I mean that's true. But if the masses find out that there's more, that kind of disintegrates religion a bit, quite a lot. All religions, in a way, if there were aliens, because we're the planet, right? We're God made us.
Good luck with that.
Yeah,
those motherfuckers are more powerful than fucking Amazon.
What, the religious people? Or yeah, it rules the world a bit, but it's also like a form of mental control and money as well.
I think it's completely evil, and
they are grasping right now from science being so good.
See, and that's why I would say, Willie, that you need to start trusting your scientific institutions a little bit more. Like Willie hates NASA. But that could be a psyop, man. That could be the Catholic Church going like, let's make this motherfucker not believe in science anymore.
We should always believe in science. That's kind of something. That's something. I did a little dive into MK Ultra, which I found interesting, which is a form of mind control, but it was also there's a secret kind of branch of study that they did. I think it was called something else. I have a terrible memory for names, by the way, where they were having
know it, don't you?
Students like research kind of like mind, like reading other like being in a different room, and they would play like clips, and like that person would
like the beginning of Ghostbusters,
guess of what they basically. But that was a real thing.
That's the Monroe Institute and
the Monroe. Thank you, the Monroe Institute. Yeah, there is an episode on that, by the way, where a woman who was part of it.
Sure, something they're doing, but have they found anything out?
And also,
I mean, like still exists.
Like I was gonna say they've never stopped. Why would you stop if there was any?
I don't want them to stop, dude. If they can figure that out, it's going to get leaked eventually, and then it's going to be just common knowledge that like we're psychic, and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite stories that I listen to are people that can astral project or go into these other places, and they try to break into secret facilities.
Cool.
And when they get there are mind defenders there. There
Yeah.
are people that will try to
It
follow
sounds
you
like a
where
fucking
you're at.
Marvel movie.
Oh,
It sounds like
dude.
the worst
This is
Marvel
real.
movie.
This is real. Yeah.
It's like the Doctor Strange working for the government Marvel movie. It's so
I know
fucking boring.
it sounds
I
so
love it.
fiction, but it's so, I mean, it's incredible.
I mean, listen,
Astral
I
projection.
don't
Yeah.
believe it. I believe that's where people hear that the government is doing mind control studies and then it spins off into like flights
it's
of fancy.
declassified. It's happened. It's been partially declassified. Like
Well,
they've done
but
mind
what does
control
it say?
studies.
Like we went inside the Kremlin, but there was a guy in a fucking hood there.
It goes as
And
far
we couldn't
as
get beyond this
they
Kremlin
just
hooded
kind
guy.
of ran out of funding in a way, or they just decided that it was a waste of funding, and especially when the administration after Reagan,
Well,
or
that's
not,
my point.
was it after
That's
Reagan?
my point. That they were
Yeah.
doing
But they,
the
but
research.
it could have
got
been
universities to do the research
Yeah, it
for
was
them.
Yeah, and so it
And
could
without them
still
knowing.
exist.
But you're not hearing what I'm saying, which
Oh.
is, yeah, they're doing these studies. That doesn't mean that they ever actually found any of these things.
They did.
These-
They did. No, they have. They have. There is a way to project and read minds in a way, but is it the majority of the population?
I hear what you're saying, that like they did the studies and people are going crazy with the outcomes that may have happened, but I just feel like
That's
if
a
you,
crazy
if you
thing.
look
he's
into
responding
it,
to my face.
no, he's Wade agrees that it happened, but that the embellishment of, because most of the stories,
It's such a hard populace to find people who are gifted to that point. It's impossible to really mind control. It is possible to be a seer and see things like the interview that I listened to. She's very gifted. She could see in another room what was playing on the tapes, and then she saw other things that weren't being played. Were apparently 3 other tapes that were not played yet. So she already knew what they
where
were.
I get very skeptical.
But is that going to
Have
help
you
you
listened
with
to the telepathy tapes, Danielle?
No, what's that?
Go listen to that.
I'm into that. All right, I'll add that. But anyway, but like, is that enough to be like, oh, that person could crack a code or nuke code? No, it's not that powerful enough to do that, and that's just like most brains aren't. And in order to find someone who's really that psychically powerful, which probably doesn't really exist to that extent, you're talking about like 1 in a billion.
But everyone who does this says anybody can do it, and everybody has the capability. That's what they all say.
Which I don't believe.
That's like Michael Jordan saying anyone can fucking be the best. That's why he was a horrible coach.
Oh, I didn't know he coached.
Did he say that?
I thought he played baseball. I thought he went and played baseball.
Well, no, wait, he never coached, but he was like he was a GM for the Wizards, and like his picks were not working out, and it's like, yeah, well,
and he was a GM
talent.
player. He started playing with the team he was drafting.
Oh, really?
But
because he's like, you guys, I'll show you.
Like, if you can read, you would be like, yeah, anyone can read, but I'm sure there are people who can't read.
But
like,
here's
don't
the deal.
Have the ability to read.
Let's say,
no matter what, they will never read.
Sorry, I can't read good.
So these people are so rare to find, but the military is like using them to like break. So how did they find them? I wasn't.
They volunteered.
Tested.
They volunteered because it was through a university study, and there was just like a flyer back in 1970s.
Anyone who volunteers for the military, I do not trust.
Well, it wasn't military. It was.
I'm gonna go.
Paid
the
for.
Government is worse.
It's through the
government is worse.
It's paid for by the military through the university. So
fuck
it's before.
No,
yeah, fuck
no,
people.
I know, but nobody knows that the military government's involved. It's just like, hey, are you special?
I don't care. If you're so
the Monroe Project,
you do not walk into a place and be like, hey,
no.
But
Here's the problem.
Like those people who
I feel like
who
anybody
work for the cops
can be,
and they like find fucking like clues or whatever. Like, fuck you, dude.
What's going on?
Sorry, I'm just so. Why would you ever go to the authorities with anything? They're the bad guys.
This one I was talking about was the Monroe.
100%. Nobody's 100%. So
yeah.
So you can't make money once you fail once. But
that's why I'm like, fuck them. They're just in it for the money. I don't care what they claimed
I
to
can't
see.
recall what this person who went. Yeah, it was like just like an interesting study. She was a student. She already had kind of like some psychic talent. It just sounded like a fun thing. This is the Monroe Project, by the way, not
I
MK.
almost applied for FBI job today, and I was like, I don't think I could do
Are you
this.
sure it's not ICE? Are you sure it's FBI? They're really trying
And
to.
I was like, as soon as
trick
you apply
people.
for the FBI, then you're under surveillance to make sure that you can work for them. And I'm like, that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're actually applying for an FBI job, then
They're trying
then
to pull
you're
more
under
people into
scrutiny.
ICE, and
These
by
people
doing
are
that,
so full
they're
of shit. These people are so full of shit.
Yeah.
They can travel in their mind to different rooms, but they can't foresee that like they're gonna be a tool for a fucking administration.
Well, it didn't necessarily work out as far as we know, because that's probably partially why it just didn't go anywhere, because she was asked to go to the next level and she's like, no, I'm good. Like so
Okay.
I don't know. But that's the thing, because this is only what's been declassified, what's out there specifically with the Monroe Project. I don't know. MK Ultra is a little different. That's a little bit more wishy-washy. Not everything's completely declassified with that. I believe it's like mostly declassified.
That one was ultimately trying to make a Manchurian candidate, but also just testing the limits of. So MK Ultra led to trying to control people's minds through screens, like your blue screens. Our monitors, our phones are still a part of MK Ultra, trying to control your mind by sending out signals through everything. I'm not saying it's working, but I'm saying it's still going on, and the testing is still happening. And I do think that there is something to 5G and blue screens, and
that's one of the things I'm agnostic about.
I'm agnostic about the 5G. I don't know, but definitely there's frequencies. Again, talking about the subconscious, and that's including.
I know. I mean, just saying 5G is such a blanket thing, and I'm like, no, I don't. Yeah. I'm not like aligning with everything said. I'm just going like, there's MK Ultra testing going on with 5G,
but
it still exists. And
but how am I not right? Like, isn't this good? Isn't this all good? Because if you can figure out anything about the brain, whether that be let's load it up with LSD and make them kill the president, or let's use blue screens to send subliminal messages, isn't it all good? Because it's not going to stay secret forever, and we're going to learn something more about our brain. This could all be tied together, by the way. The light coming in, like, who knows? That could be.
These could be weird experiments of trying to figure out the limits
or
of
it's mind
erasing people's memories.
And there was never a light, and there was never a time skip.
I'm just like
someone taking over your body for a little
bit. If any of this is real, then the testing is how do we stop people from connecting to these abilities? Because if you think
I was just saying
we no longer need any sort of leadership or government if we can all connect to each other.
They're trying to figure it out so that they can. You're saying so that the government wants it to stop.
Well, I guess the biggest distraction from any type of tapping into the expansion of the mind and the connection of others is definitely what we have right now, which is distraction through media and the addiction to
but that's see-through, right? I mean, that's like, I get that.
It's a reward
very
system.
Easy to not.
Honestly, it's a hard thing to quit social media and interaction and like feeding.
It's much harder for me to quit nicotine than social media. Social media, really? I quit so easily.
He did quit.
So easily.
But here we are online just talking to each other and like kind of exposing.
But this isn't social media. I'm not trying to I'm not a Russian bot trying to get you to think something different about Joe Biden.
Getting you to argue about anything you hate about. Oh, you hate this? I'll get you.
Yeah,
I definitely think
I'll take the other side.
I like this mind control stuff started back when we left the moon cycle, the 13-month
mind control started when religion started, when the Bible became part of the printing press.
That's all same thing.
Mass produced. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I
don't know. I'm going out there.
No, but that's a dangerous, because now you're saying like, well, technology is bad because but the printing press did way more good for the world than.
No. The technology was not bad. The manipulation of it. It's always
you just have to be one step ahead of it. All you have to say is, anytime there's a new technology, how can this be used to sway my mind, and like put those. You just need to put those guardrails up like immediately.
Some
like
people
with
are
AI, I'm like, Dude,
Yeah.
I'm ready to form my own opinions about anything. I'm not going to trust anything. This is why I'm so good at this podcast, because like this is why I'm the best part of this podcast. No, I'm
Well,
just saying,
listen,
like,
the
I
AI
like to look at
pushes.
things from my own point of view, because I know my own point of view has not been poisoned in any way, because like
Yeah.
I don't care about these things that much. This podcast, I mean, like all of these things. And so like I don't know if you look at the world like that, is that too like fucking punk rock?
No, to
Is it
me,
too Gen X?
the
Or
AI hatred that's being pushed out there parallels the Epstein distraction. I'm just going like, why are big entities convincing people or distracting people from with AI using it as a tool with Epstein, like that's obvious. Just like
oh,
This is
wait,
like a parallel to me. I don't know if that AI and Epstein are like
the parallel to
correlated.
me, is anytime it's just control of information. That's the parallel. It's just control of your perception of the information. Danielle, what are your thoughts on after listening to these time stories? How does this affect your perception of time?
I mean, it definitely gave me like almost a body reaction to it, because it's just like, how is that possible? How can your body betray you like that, or your senses betray you like that? And then you have to think externally, like what it could have caused that. I just find it fascinating and frightening at the same time. It's really scary that if for instance we go with the scientific route, your mind and body betrays you to lose that time, or the other route is something paranormal, or alien slash maybe falling into like a weird insane time rift. But I just find it fascinating, and it really, I want to hear more stories about that when I come across them, to be like, the what if scenario, or what, to be curious about like what could have caused it. I have no answers. I have honestly like no instant like, oh, it's got to be this, but it does scare the hell out of me more than ghosts.
Wade, has your perception of time changed from any of these stories? What do you think of these?
I've been trying to. I mean, you just said a bunch, and I'm trying to think of like it's cliche, but like time is not a thing, right? Like nobody understands time. No 1 minute
Yeah.
feels like the same 1 minute. I understand this is a different. This is not just like growing up and seeing the toilet paper roll run out, right? This is like
Right.
immediately they went from one thing to another, and that's crazy. I just think these people are crazy cowards, because if this happened to me, this is the best, most interesting thing that could ever happen to me, and I would never stop until I reached out to every other single person that it had happened to. I would fucking, that would be my, I don't know how I would
Yeah.
pay bills and shit, but like I would fucking go, I would do some shit, man. And just going on a podcast 20 years later, like fuck you. That's
Yeah.
so
Never give
Yeah.
up,
just like
They
what?
went,
Like what? What's
Yeah.
what's more interesting about your life
That
than
makes it so
that?
much more validating to me, though. It really does. It's
but
just
it is.
like I had the reaction that they had. Like, I need to shut this out. I need to move on with my life. I need to,
With your
but
dream stuff?
I picture small
with
I'm
the
sorry, I don't want to
time.
call it dream
crushing
stuff
you.
with your.
Yeah.
Oh, with that
Like
thing, yeah, kind of. That
small,
was just
like,
like
well,
weird.
not even
Yeah.
small town, just your friends and other humans just crushing
Fucking
you,
who
being like,
cares,
that's
man?
not real.
I'm
That's
not
not
sticking
real. No, it
around
didn't happen.
Greeley. There is not one reason to live in Greeley. If everyone in Greeley hated me, even better. I don't have to stay here. In fact, I'm
We
not
got
wanted
2
here.
bars.
Greeley is a piece of shit.
They might have more now.
That's our conclusion for the.
When the
Like,
Broncos stopped practicing there and my grandparents died,
Yeah.
no reason to go back.
Yeah. Really, I'm not-
anybody who is not telling their story because they're afraid of having to leave Greeley is just not even worth having that
I think
story.
she just like I really should have re-listened to the episode like all the way, because I
I'm
forgot
sure
the
she's nice.
conclusion.
I'm just saying, like,
I
come
think
on, man. Be a
she
fucking
she
Sherlock.
she was the one that wanted to find answers, and the boyfriend was like, look, I just gotta go play some football. Okay.
This is
My
why
memory's
this
not
is
so
what,
good. Yeah.
this is why I'm so pissed. This is okay. This is why I don't believe any of this shit ever.
Yeah.
This is from the beginning. I'm finally putting my fucking finger on the reason I don't believe this shit. Because people come on, they like tell their story like all casual on a fucking podcast, and it's like, if this really happened to you, I don't have any respect for you for not making it your life's goal to figure it out.
For giving up on something that happened to you that changes the definition of life.
You just got the cold open of like a fucking CSI or whatever, and you're not going to follow through.
Yeah, it's true.
Get
I mean,
the fuck out.
The thing is also the reason why they reached out, like I said, was they heard a previous episode that was like, oh shit, like I'm not the only one. It's hard to find people who've gone through this or who've spoken up about it. So
yeah, well,
if you've got a story, email us
at a warehouse
at wadeandwillie@gmail.com. We'll have you
so
on.
that I could. So after I've been so abrasive, listen, like if you want to come on and do the show, I'll be nice. But like, I just don't understand how it couldn't envelop you, like as a person. I don't get it. So that's my thinking about time.
It's like the aliens, but time, the aliens mean aliens, but time,
I just want something interesting. I don't care what it is. Let's just get to the interesting part.
I think that our perception of time can change if we, the hot words of these days are consciousness awakening and connect. There's so many things going on. Consciousness shift because the sun's going through a cycle, solar system's going through a cycle, humanity's going through a cycle. I do believe in cycles, but I don't think that we're smart enough to even look at our own history to learn anything from what has already happened. And it's so sad to have people interpret things that I think are very magical, but it's just like, well, they could be wrong. I will say, I think that, I believe in science, but I think science is also squashing consciousness in a way that like, well, everyone needs to listen a little more because nobody's got it figured out.
Yeah, the science, it kind of limits us, but it helps define things.
I love science.
And it's expanding in ways. Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, my manipulation of like making Willie hate science. I'm like, I've been gaslighting for the past couple of years. Thank you for being here. Do you want to plug anything? Or point towards your socials, that fucking crack that we all need, and you want to get some hearts.
No, I have nothing to plug. I'm just so happy to talk to people about this, and a skeptic and someone who's all in. It's so fun. I really appreciate it. My social battery's been very, very low, so you guys have charged me back up a bit, and I really appreciate it.
Are you going to stick around and do the bonus? There's more.
Sure. What's the? I'll get another.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when we get there. But
another little drinky poo would be great. Yes. But I appreciate you guys. For real, guys, this is like so much fun. I have so many more interesting, bizarre topics, especially ghosts. When it comes to ghosts and paranormal, if you guys ever want to get into that, you probably have talked about it.
If you can prove something to us, let's go.
I'll get some more multiple person account. Stories. I like those.
If you want to do a monthly, we could do like a monthly residency. Like it's not easy to get guests. So if you
really?
tell Willie you want to come back, and you can come back anytime.
Sure, I'll do a little bit more. I love correlation. I love correlations when things kind of just fit together. When there's multiple same accounts. Like it could be in the same place, the same thing that they witness, or more than one person at once witnessing something. So I always try to look for those and really try to like retain those, because I feel like it's not true science, but it's more than one person observing the same thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of like science.
That's what's interesting about the two stories that we talked about. It's like kind of the same story in a different situation, and so it's like, I believe you, but like, I don't also, I'm done.
I kind of want to go into Tartaria. I know did you guys have a full episode on that? Because I want to be on Wade's side with that shit.
I've never even heard of that. Let me hang on.
Let's take a, thank you.
Wait, I haven't ended it yet. Okay. Thanks everyone for listening. We're going to continue this conversation. If you want access to that, just go to patreon.com/reallifesci-fi. And subscribe. And Daniel, thank you once again for being here. And just because you're paranoid don't mean they're not after you. So we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Sci-Fi.